Hello, what's up, my people? How you guys doing? Yeah, I'm back again. This is your guy Goodness, tutorial from what's Goodman Computers, and I'm here to show you a very interesting topic known as what logical functions. Yes, logical what functions. Yeah, logical functions used in Excel, very lots of things. Now, looking before us here is an Excel spreadsheet has already been prepared. But before we dive into this topic, or dive into this place, I'd like to say a shout out to my friends, my fellow subscribers, my colleagues, everybody that also partnered with me and also give me the inspiration for me to do this tutorial, and they help a lot of people out there. Also thanking those people that actually subscribe to the channel, and I wish you all the best that once we drop any new video you're going to get what posted. So, and you also that join us today for the first time, don't miss out for this opportunity. Go immediately now, click the link, subscribe, like and share, be part of the member, be part of this big family. Now let's go down to what we have today. Okay, having a new sheet. Yes, let's explain what the purpose of what logic functions. Why was logic created in the first place? The logic was created as a means to make an outcome. Yes, to create an outcome when a condition is met. Okay, let's break it down. Let's say I have two objects here. Let's say I have two numbers. This is 2 and this is 10. Okay, I think that this is 10. Okay, now I want to place an if statement here, or a logical statement that print out true or false, or print out yes or no, or print out whatever I want to print out, like if a particular condition is being met. Now let's say I put a simple and say if equals. Now remember, in Excel, before you do anything, make sure you put your equal to sign. Equals to if bracket. Now look at the cells I'm dealing with. This is E3 and D3. So if I say if D3 is greater than, I use my greater than sign, E3. Now I want a conditional response to be created. I'll put comma, shift, double quotes. Okay, I say if cell D3 is greater than what E3, print this. Okay, let's print true. Okay, I'm gonna use calculator for that. True. I close the quote, comma. Now the next value that's going to come out will be a false value. Now this first value is value which is true. The next value that's going to come out after checking this condition here, this D3 is greater than E3, is going to put out a false value. So we're going to put it quote false, then close the quote. Now you open the bracket, we're going to close the bracket, shift 0. When I press enter, it gives me false. Wow, it just automatically knows that the value in D3 is not greater than the value in E3. So you see, now the moment I come to these two and let's say I increase the value, let's say I make it 30, you see it becomes true. Do you guys see that? Now ability for us to be able, now let me zoom this out. Yeah, ability for us to be able to affect a response by inputting of any of our data is known as logical function. We can take this a little bit further, and the way we can take a little bit further is, okay, let's say for instance we want to perform a calculation when a particular variable like this is greater than this. Okay, let's come under here. Okay, let's say for instance equal to if bracket open, if D3, this D3, if D3 is greater than E3, comma. Now let's put a calculation. Now we're going to put a calculation. We will say, okay, let's put a simple calculation, 2 plus 2. Okay, 2 plus 2, comma. Now if this D3 is less than E3, now let's say it is not true whether D3 greater than E3, let us say 0. Let's close the bracket, let's press enter. Now bam, we have 4. for the fact that our D3 here, let's pick it number 1, then number 2. For the fact that our number 1 is greater than our number 2, this answer will keep on remaining what 4. But the moment I take this down to 5, what happens? It gives us what 0. So for you to know what a formula is, when you click here, you look over here, look at the formula bar, you see if D3 is greater than A3, perform this calculation 2 plus 2, which is 4. But if not, perform this other result, which is what 0. So logical function or logical statement is when we use a condition to what create a particular result that we want. Okay, so grabbing that, let's go over to the next big thing. Okay, now let's go over to our sheet. Yes, now looking at our sheet, we have what we call, this is a company exchange rate, and this is a stock market broker, not just for a company, just a group of companies. Now let me do away with this, all this, do away with them. Okay, now I'll do away with that. Now we're working with these values. Now we have ETI, Julius Berger, Flour Mill, Nestle, 7up, EPA, Connoy, Mobile, Heritage, Briscoe, and all these companies now, they have their opening price and their closing price. Now what is opening price? Opening price is the price at which a company starts selling in the market. Now closing price is the price at which a company leaves the market at a particular period in time. Don't worry about it. Later on, I'm going to explain what that means. Now opening price can be what a company use in selling, the price they use in selling. Yes, and closing price can be determined as the price whereby a company like finally sold this to the community, maybe due to increments in raw material and so on and so forth, or maybe due to that the demand was high and they were trying to control production and so on and so forth. Now that's by the side. Now the share trade is the amount of value the company have outside its body. Let me say the amount of shares that can be realized what from the company. Now for the first company we have what about 10 million shares, followed by 5 million shares, 2 million shares, 3 million shares. Now all these ones are by the way. Our main goal is to understand how we can apply logic in this word context. Now let's find a difference between closing price and opening price equal to closing price minus what the opening price. Press enter. Now that gives us what 8 naira. So the first company what has 8 naira added to their initial price, which is their opening price, and people kept on what buying, which was good. So if you drag it down, you give it the other calculations for other companies. Okay, now what is market value? The market value is when we multiply the closing price times the share trade. Now what is the closing price? The closing price, I always say that is a price whereby the company leaves the market. Now the share trade is the amount of shares the company has in the market. So the market value will be multiplied by their closing price, that is the amount of shares they have in the market. So it could equal to this multiplied by, which is shift number 8. Okay, shift, I think this should do it. Oh yeah, you may witness this a lot when your computer hangs, but don't worry, it's back again, times what this. So I press enter key, it gives me what that value. Okay, this is like a billion, this is like a trillion, 18 million, 800, 1 billion, 800 million. Yeah, a lot of numbers. So these people have a very high market worth value. So if I drag it down, I'll see market value of other companies. Now our main focus is on the grade. Now I want us to grade these companies based on their productivity or their losses. Let's see who is losing and let's see who is gaining. Now we're going to put the logical condition between the closing price and the opening price. So if we say equal to, then we're going to have a result, whether they are gainers or no change or losers. Let's say equal to, if bracket open, now closing price, this is the closing price, is greater than our opening price, comma, let it be called what top gainers, top gainer. This is a top gainer. Then you close what the quotes, comma, Now whatever you're typing, don't put space except between where you want to put the top gainer or no change. Now if again bracket open, yes, closing price is equal to, now you want to verify that equal to what? Opening price, comma, it will print out what? No change. No change. Yes, it print out what? No change, comma. If bracket open, now E, which is the closing price, is less than, yes, we will, let's see if it is, let's see if the condition by it will be less than the opening price. Okay, less than the opening price, comma, we'll say what? Top loser. What? Yeah, then you, now we have 3 if conditions here, so we're going to close it with 3 brackets. So 1 2 3, so you press enter. Good. Now the top person, the first company got a top gainer because they didn't run any loss. The way, let's drag it down, now you see, now see their score sheets. The first one got top gainer, second one got top gainer, the third one say no change. Now the other one say top loser. Why? Because they lost. Their opening price was higher than their what? Closing price. They had 77 naira, but when they were closing, maybe due to some losses, they got what? 75 naira in their what? Closing price. Now the other loser also started with 678 naira, 0.45 kobo, but they left the market with 650 naira, 0.87 what kobo. So do you see that? But like few other companies maintain their prices, 81.86. The other companies also maintain their prices, but we have top gainers too. Let's say for instance, the first one is top gainer. Let's say I make the opening price higher. Let's say I say 800 naira. Now automatically it turns towards a top loser, because why? The opening price is greater than the what? Closing price. So guys, now without making much, this should be a short quick one. When you are solving logical function in Excel, always know that you will have what? A result for any condition that you are placing. So guys, thank you for staying tuned to this moment. I wish you all the best. Whatever you learn in this Excel, you are going to put it towards practice. Now don't forget to like and subscribe and click the notification button to get more of our updates and be updated what in this journey. So thank you and bye bye. Have a blessed